I looked into Obama's background. I was one of the few journalists in Washington in 2008. I looked into the Reverend Wright connection. I looked into his communist affiliations. I tracked down the Bernardine Dorn and Bill Ayers connection. But more than that, I looked into his years in Indonesia. I looked at his stepfather. I looked at his father. I looked at his upbringing. He was raised in a Muslim home. He went to a Muslim religious school. By his own admission, he read the Quran multiple times and to this day can recite sections of the Quran in perfect Arabic. In fact, he gave an interview to the New York Times where he explicitly said, "The most beautiful sound I have ever heard is, quote, the call of the azan, the call to prayer at night." He goes to the Muslim world and extends his hand. If you look at his presidency, what has been the constant in his presidency? He backs the Arab street. The Islamists in Libya, he bombs Gaddafi to get them in power. The Muslim Brotherhood, he backs them to come in power in Egypt. Everywhere you go, he supports the rise of radical Islam in country after country after country. He sides against Israel in favor of the Palestinians. And now Reverend Wright comes out and says, in a tape, remember, this is all tape, 3.5 hours. He can't disown this. Ed Klein has the transcript and the tape. It was 3.5 hours. He came to me with a Muslim background, and I had to transition him to Christianity because everybody knows you can't make it to national political office if you're a Muslim. That's just a fact. So here is what Ed Klein says Jeremiah Wright told him. Boys, roll the clip again.
Reverend Wright told me on tape that Obama came to him and said, "I need some spiritual advice. I don't know exactly who I am." And the Reverend Wright said, and this is on tape, "Well, we know your Islam background and you have that, but what you need now is some coaching on Christianity." And I asked the Reverend Wright, "Did you convert him from being a Muslim to a Christian?" And he said, "Well, I don't know if I could go that far, but I can tell you that I made it comfortable for him to accept Christianity without having to renounce his Islamic background."
Bingo. In other words, he's still a cultural Muslim at heart. He's never abandoned his Islamic background. That's what I have been saying for years. And that's what Dr. Savage has been saying for years. So, this raises a lot of questions. First of all, under Islam, apostates are basically renounced. Their lives are threatened. If you abandon Islam to become a Christian, that is a penalty upon death. There could be a fatwa issued. That's number one. Number two, he has never come clean about his Muslim background. Now you have Reverend Jeremiah Wright saying, no. I'm telling you, he came to me as a Muslim. Now, I'm not saying I completely converted him. I'm not going to go that far. But basically, I helped guide him as he tried to embrace certain Christian principles and become a member of my church. My friends, we have a closet Muslim in the White House. And his actions from Egypt to Libya to Iraq to Afghanistan to every sector of the Muslim world shows that his sympathy lies with the Muslim street and not with the United States of America. This is Jeff Kuhner sitting in for Michael Savage on the Savage Nation. Savage.